Today, we're going to talk about the success path for the new year. We build our businesses by being passionate about what we do. We have a vision for our future and what our business is going to look like. We work hard. We increase our knowledge constantly. I always say, if someone would have told me, 15 years ago when I started my business that I would be learning more than I ever learned in school, I would have probably not gone into business. But it's really, it's about creating a plan for success. We all know that we don't plan to fail, but we must plan to succeed. Last month, Stephen talked about taxes and preparing our business for the year end. And today I want to talk about creating a new year plan. So effective planning is a foundation of a successful business. Planning revolves around organizing our priorities and our resources, and it relates to productivity. Since productivity levels directly affect the success of our business, it's vital to create plans that really work. And when we have issues, then generally there's flaws in our plan. When your business improves how it plans, all other aspects of your business can improve as well. The close of the year is a good time to take stock on how your business is doing, maybe what changes you might want to implement for the new year. There's a cultural belief that we can move forward by putting the events of the past year to rest. Wow, this past year plus the year before have been unprecedented, as we all know. But how are you going to move your business forward in 2022? First, we want to schedule time to work on your plan. Last month, Stephen gave us all a challenge to mark off a day for planning. Did you do it? Thinking about it and doing it are two different things. So today what I do is I want to walk you through a process that you can use for your scheduled planning day. You can adjust it the way you need, but it's a guideline of what you can do. And at the end, I'm going to give you my detailed plan, hour by hour. So you don't have to take a whole lot of notes because I'm going to give you the whole thing. I'll give you the link at the end. So where we want to start is we want to start with some simple basic steps that can set you up for some long-lasting success. Number one, you want to prepare your day, both mentally and physically. Maybe you have a do not disturb sign on your door. Turn your phone on to do not disturb. Let others know that you're going to be out for the day, out of office message on your email. You want to set yourself up for success. And I can hear there's somebody out there saying, I can't schedule a whole day off. What are you thinking? Well, you can. It's about working on your business and not in your business. So where I like to have people start off is to clean and organize your space so that you can think and plan with clarity. And I'm really serious about this, and most of you know me well enough that you know I'm serious. It's important to tidy up your office, declutter your workspace, your desk, and your surroundings. Create a nice working environment so you're not distracted with other things that you might see or feel that you need to be working on. The feeling you get when you are organized will help you with the rest of the whole day. You'll feel more clarity and ease, and you'll be able to focus. It's like giving you a clear vision for your future so that you're being able to paint a new picture. Next, you want to do the same thing with your email. Yeah, with that email. We don't want to be wasting our time deleting hundreds of useless emails each week. We want to be proactive. Take time to clean out your inbox and organize your email folders so that you're starting this last quarter and the new year with great intention. If your inbox is overloaded, it's a great way is to create a folder called old email. Move everything into that old email folder that's older than a week old. And now you can start with a fresh inbox. And then you can go through and just the things that are still needed to be done should be left in your inbox. You can only move forward with confidence when you know where you've been. A mistake that is often made is just, okay, it's a new year, let's start a new plan. And we just start planning what we want to do, but we don't take the time to look back and review how our last year's plan went. Did you even have a plan last year? Too many times entrepreneurs just wing it. And I've done the same thing and at times. But now is a time for the year-end review. And this is a summary of important events and changes that have taken place in your business. You can also note like general updates or other information as a way to do a checkup for your business. When you're doing the year-end review, it's important to understand the impact of things like the pandemic, of course, major changes that might have changed in your life, personal life, or business. Maybe you've had more or less employees having to deal with, and other shifts in your business. You want to be able to look back at how those affected your business so that you can prepare better for the new year. When currently going on, maybe projects that you're working on that haven't been finished, or maybe you have a great idea for a project going forward, you might want to look back at similar projects that you've done before. The review will help you come to terms with what's happened and what's happening, and give you a clearer picture of the challenges and the opportunities that you can deal with in the future. As we discussed in the beginning, do you have a business plan? Have you ever had a business plan? Those topics we talked about this morning, and I think there were a variety of different answers to that question. And I think most of us are smaller businesses, and we might have had a big major business plan when we started out. And maybe you did create one or you didn't. But if you've had one, is it a working plan? That, I think, is the key more than anything. There's the one business plan out there. I have mine's a 2-page business plan. It's really basically 6 questions that you have to review. But if you've had a plan of some kind, you want to get it out and review it. Does it still apply? Mark the items that may need updating. Make notes and changes that you might want to make. If you don't have a business plan, consider creating what I call the quarterly plan so that you're doing it, it's an ongoing working plan. You don't want just something that's going to sit on the shelf. Or if you don't even want to do a business plan, at least do a SWOT analysis. That's about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Creating a working business plan is a really important and strategic tool that you can use to help create the future of your business. An updated business plan not only helps you focus on specific steps necessary for you to make business ideas succeed, but it also helps you to achieve short-term and long-term objectives. Then the dreaded financials. It's time to review your profit and loss for the year so far. I know financials are intimidating, overwhelming. Sometimes for some of us, maybe shameful or, guilt. We feel guilty. We haven't been looking at them. The problem is far too many small business owners avoid looking at their numbers on a regular basis, or not even at all, or until the year end is over and there's nothing you can do about it then. It's time for taxes. It's all in the rear. And so you really want to be able to look at that. So a lot of small business owners don't even know their break-even point. So have you ever that's a question for you and a challenge. Have you ever figured out where your business is at break-even? So take your P&L and compare it to your expectations and your goals that you had set for this past year. How well did you follow your budget? Did you even have a budget? Well, Lori's going to help us with that next month when she talks about budgeting. Did you have the income that you expected? Did you make the profit that you desired? How much were you able to put away and save for that rainy day? How well did you pay yourself? What needs to change in this coming year? And then really, we want to take the time to kind of rate ourselves and our company. We want to look at it as kind of like a report card, as I said, for your business or for yourself personally. And you can consider these questions and of course, more other questions that you could use, but how is the efficiency working in your business? The effectiveness? How are you doing on time management? How is the rest of the team on time management? Organization, your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Do you have them? Do you set them up? Do you follow them? Do you see how they're doing? Do you use them from year to year? Do they change? Growth, revenue, your profit, customers, social media. So you want to kind of rate yourself and give you kind of a scorecard so that you can see where you are and where you want to improve. And then we want to look at our public image. Review all your social media profiles. What changes need to be made? You need an updated photo. Do you need to review your website? Does it need to be refreshed or redone? Maybe it's time for a new one. Maybe check for broken links or just updating images. But your public image is your company. So it's really important for us to take the time to really review that. Do you have a clear vision of what a successful execution for your next year will look like? And I think that's really so important that we take time to visualize the success and what does our future really look like? From that, as we talked about earlier, starting with the end in mind, then you can work back. What goals do I need to establish? What markers and milestones so that progress can be measured and the necessary changes can be made accordingly to stay on track. And that's why I really like that quarterly business plan, is so that you can adjust where you need to adjust. So some of the things that the numbers that you might want to look at for next year, what do those revenue numbers look like? Where do you want to be? How much profit do you want to make? We look at revenue numbers or sales numbers all the time, but are you really looking at and putting a goal for that profit? Your owner's pay. Is there a goal? Is that in place? Are you paying yourself like you desire, that you deserve? Savings. Do you have a savings goal? What about your social media numbers? Are you tracking them? Every year, at the end of the year, I know how many my numbers are, and I set a goal for the next year. And then quarterly, I update so that I know if they're growing, stagnant, whatever. Staff. Do you need to improve staff, decrease staff, need to outsource more items? Customers. Do we need to increase our customers? Or do we maybe need to decrease a few of our customers so that we're working only with our ideal clients? What will your KPIs be this coming year? So those are some of the things that you can create some numbers for. Now, let's look back at all the ways you marketed this last year. What worked? What didn't work? What was the best value of your efforts, your ROI on your investment, that return on investment? Maybe you did ads, maybe you didn't, but you also have to look at your time that you're putting into it. Did your social media numbers grow? Did your database grow? Did you have a strategy? And did it work? Then, after reviewing last year, you want to plan your strategy for this coming year. Choose just 2 or 3, maybe 4 at the most, areas you want to concentrate. Are you going to do more videos? Maybe you're going to create a podcast. Maybe you're going to have a challenge. You're writing your blog, maybe some guest blogging, a newsletter, live chats, masterclass, traditional marketing, and it can go on and on. But we can't do everything. So we have to limit and do what we are going to do and do it well. So take the time after you've decided what items you're going to do for the year, and then you're going to just brainstorm a list of topics that you can use. And this will give you a place to start so that you aren't starting from scratch all the time. Think about your, FAQs, or like Tom always reminds us, is our SAQs, should ask questions. The pains and gains of your customers, the new products or services, customer stories, all of those can be used in your marketing. As I said earlier, it's easy to say, I want to create a plan, or I need to create a plan, or I should create a plan. Saying it and doing it are 2 different things. Once you have created your plan, then implementation is the next step. So schedule quarterly evaluations. Even if you don't do, like I say, a quarterly update, you want to at least quarterly be reviewing the goals and the things that you've set for this next year so that you can keep improving on the plan that you've created. So if you have not scheduled your planning day, you want to take out your phone and do it and get your day on your calendar. I've given you an outline of a plan that you can use in a day. You can take it, tweak it, and create your own plan. Most importantly, you need to do it. And as I said, I'm going to put a link in. We'll give you detail by detail every hour what you need to do by setting away one day. You now have the knowledge and the steps. What will you do with it? You can take it and say, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll do it. Or you can put it into action. So it just takes one day to review where you've been and decide where you're going to go. And too often we say we're going to work on our business, but do we really take the time? And as I was developing this, I realized I wanted to support everybody who wanted it. And I've set aside 2 days, different days, where you can join me and others. We're going to be on a Zoom call, and we're going to actually work through the whole day and work through the plan. So if you're interested, when you go and get your download, you'll be able to sign up if you're interested in doing that. And it'll be at the productivity experts.com/year-end plan. And I will put that link in the chat, and I'll open it up for questions.